Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Soulful Synergy Hub. Now, this is more of a difficult subject I want to touch on, and I'm happy if you're listening to this because I just want you to know that I'm here for you and I love you and I wish you strength and strength. And this is why I want to do this episode so I can help you, and I can help your community and people heal. So, this episode is about releasing past trauma. Now, most of us have been through something and we realize that this singular event or events has shaped our lives in a difficult way, which is hard to navigate from. Now, this could come in the way of having high blood pressure, having nightmares, not being around certain people, or even crying and using different substances to cope. So I'm just going to give some ways that we can help release your past trauma. Now, the first thing I want to say is speaking to someone, especially someone impartial, can be very beneficial. Now, you can talk to family, but sometimes you can't tell family the things that we want to tell them. So just remember that speaking to someone impartial like a therapist can be very beneficial. But if you want to find ways to heal yourself or to release your past trauma, then there's something you can do at home. Now, what I'm going to talk about is the steps. When we go through the steps of emotional healing and releasing, we need to make sure that we go through the steps as fine-tunedly as we can, just so we understand how we are progressing. And from there, we can learn resilience, we can learn confidence, and we can learn self-love, and also pass it on to people in the future too. Usually we break these things down into 7 steps. The first one is awareness. So you have to be aware of the problem that you're going through. Then your acknowledgement that it has happened to or for you, depending on your perspective. The next one is acceptance. Accepting that this has happened to you and that you don't want it to have as much impact as it currently does in your life. Then you need to spend some time alone and just feel the pain. And this is important because sometimes it lays dormant, and if it does lay dormant, it has a risk to come out in different ways. Once we've done that, we start grieving. We cry, we shout, we scream, we just get it out. We get it out. And then the stage of forgiveness, where even though it happened to you, you realize that it's happened, and that you no longer want to be bound or tethered to what happened to you that created the trauma. The final stage is moving forward and saying that although this has happened, I want to grow and I want to learn and I want to become my own person now. Now there is different ways for us to make sure that we start releasing, and I will talk about this later on, but please leave a comment if you want advice. I can signpost you, I can give you some of my own advice from lived experience, and I can help you in any way that I can. But just remember, when you start releasing your trauma, your muscles start relaxing, you start to get less stomach pains. Your breath changes, you realize that you're taking more breaths because you're not on edge as much anymore. You realize that your neck and your head, your shoulders, all your bones and cartilages, it starts to become less tense, and you start having better night sleeps as well. When you start monitoring your blood pressure, it lowers and you feel more calm, and your hands and feet start to feel warm as well because you're not panicking and thinking about these things. And you start to feel connected with everything and everybody around you.